Leading up to the start of the season, I'm releasing my top 100 quarterbacks for the 2023 college football campaign. Every week, I'm releasing 10 quarterbacks as we get closer to number 1. It's been a while as I was on vacation last month and then got COVID and was pretty much out for 2 weeks. So this series has been delayed for a little bit. Our last video in the rankings had the quarterbacks I had ranked 61 through 70. So today we're going to be taking a look at the quarterbacks I have ranked 51 through 60. Before we get to today's video, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are that you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. We'll kick off today's list with Hudson Card. After spending time with Texas, Card transferred to Purdue this offseason. He played in 12 games and made 3 starts in 2022. He completed 69% of his passes for nearly 1,000 yards with 6 passing touchdowns and 1 interception. In 2021, Card appeared in 8 games and made 2 starts for the Longhorns. He completed 61% of his passes for 600 yards and 5 touchdowns. Card has flashed talent over the years, but he hasn't really gotten an opportunity as he sat behind some other talented quarterbacks. It'll be interesting to see how he looks as a starter under a brand new system. After spending time at Purdue and Cal, Jack Plummer is now at Louisville. He played 1 season with Cal and had 4 years at Purdue. He started all 12 games as Cal's starter last season. He completed 63% of his passes for 3,100 yards, ranking him 6th on Cal's all-time single-season list. He also threw 21 passing touchdowns, ranking 8th in program history. Plummer ranked 3rd in the Pac-12 and was tied for 16th in the country in completions per game. He also threw 3 touchdowns or more 5 times and had at least 1 passing touchdown in 10 games last year. DARREN Grainger is back for another season with Georgia State. He was a 2022 All-Sun Belt selection who has started Georgia State's last 23 games. He's accounted for 46 touchdowns over his last 2 seasons with 37 passing touchdowns and 9 rushing touchdowns. He ranks 2nd in program history in touchdown passes and touchdowns responsible for, and is 4th in passing yards and total offense. He's also 7th in program history in rushing yards, but 1st among quarterbacks. He came over to Georgia State after a really solid career at Furman, where he threw for 5,500 yards with 52 touchdowns while adding nearly 2,000 yards on the ground. So over the last couple of years, Grainger has quietly been one of the better dual-threat quarterbacks we've seen in all of college football. RHYS PLUMLEE is still around and back for another season at UCF. He played in 13 games for the Knights last year and was one of the better dual-threat quarterbacks in the nation. He was 2nd team All-American Conference by Phil Steele. He was named the American Offensive Player of the Week 3 times. He was UCF's leading rusher as he had nearly 900 yards on the ground with 11 rushing scores. He ran for more yards than any other FBS quarterback in 2022. Plumlee also threw for over 2,500 yards with 14 passing touchdowns. He was 4th in the conference in rushing and helped UCF rank 9th as a team in rushing in the entire country. A very underrated quarterback last season was Boise State quarterback TAYLEN. He appeared in 13 games and made 10 starts. He was named to the College Football News Freshman All-American Second Team and was the Mountain West Freshman of the Year. He took over the starting quarterback job in Week 5 and finished his freshman season throwing for over 2,000 yards with 24 total touchdowns. Green was one of 9 quarterbacks to register at least 10 passing and 10 rushing touchdowns in 2022, and he was the only freshman to do so. He surpassed the 100-yard rushing mark in 3 games, becoming the first Boise State quarterback to run for more than 100 yards in a game since 2014. He also became the first quarterback in program history to have multiple 100-yard games on the ground. Up next is Temple quarterback E.J. Warner. He had quite the debut season as he emerged as one of the top freshman quarterbacks in the nation. He was named the American Athletic Conference Rookie of the Year and Offensive Rookie of the Year by Pro Football Focus. He finished his record-breaking season with 268 completions, 3,000 yards, and 18 passing touchdowns. His completions were the most in a season in program history, and his passing yards were the 2nd most. CADE McNamara is going to be a starting quarterback once again, this time getting a shot at Iowa. McNamara was Michigan's starting quarterback in 2021 and led them to the college football playoff. That season, he completed 64% of his passes for 2,600 yards and 15 passing touchdowns. Although he led the Wolverines to the playoffs, he was benched the following season. In 2022, McNamara attempted only 25 passes. It'll be interesting to see how he does at Iowa, considering they don't really believe in offense there. Casey Thompson is still around, as he's at his third stop, transferring to Florida Atlantic. Thompson was at Nebraska last season, where he spent 1 year after a lengthy career at Texas. He made 10 starts, completing 63% of his passes for 2,400 yards, 17 passing touchdowns, and 5 rushing touchdowns. Thompson had 3 300-yard passing games, becoming only the 5th quarterback in Husker history to accomplish that. His passing yards were 7th in school history, and his passing touchdowns were the 10th most. He's been pretty solid throughout his career, but he'll get one final shot with the Owls. Arizona State got a brand new quarterback in former Notre Dame quarterback Drew Pyne. He started 10 games in Notre Dame in 2022 and finished number 20 nationally in individual quarterback efficiency in the regular season. He threw 22 passing touchdowns and completed 65% of his passes. He had 3 passing touchdowns in North Carolina, which were the most by a Notre Dame quarterback in their first road start since 1994. He completed his first 15 passes against USC and had a completion percentage of 88%, the second best mark in program history. As an Arizona State alum, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Drew Pyne is able to bring to the Devils this year. Wrapping up today's list is Miami quarterback Tyler Van Dyke. Last year at this time, he was considered to be one of the Heisman favorites. His 2022 season was a disaster, but this is still a quarterback who's shown he's more than capable of being one of the top guys in the nation. He started all 9 games in which he competed, throwing for 1,800 yards with 10 passing touchdowns. As a true freshman though in 2021, Van Dyke won ACC Rookie of the Year. In 9 games, he threw for 3,000 yards with 25 passing touchdowns. Again, last season was a major disappointment, but Tyler Van Dyke has shown he's more than capable of being a top guy for a team. Well, that wraps it up for the 10 quarterbacks on today's list. Was there a quarterback who I had ranked too high or ranked too low? Whoever it is, let me know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. I'm posting college football videos every day leading up to the start of the season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.